Hey, what's going on guys, Techthusiast here, and today I have a more in-depth comparison between the Honor View 10 and the OnePlus 5T. So in this video I will do a side-by-side analysis on most of the features and give my opinion and explain which one of these two phones is the better device. Now with that being said, let's get started. Starting off, we have the Honor View 10. It has great specs to match, if not surpass, the OnePlus 5T. The highlights here are that it ships with Android 8 Oreo out of the box. It comes with 128GB of internal storage, which can also be expanded by a microSD card. Here is the OnePlus 5T, which holds the title of having flagship specs at a mid-range price. It did not ship with Oreo, however at the time of recording, the official Oreo update is available. You have the option of buying it in two configurations, 64GB with 6GB of RAM and 128GB with 8GB of RAM. Here are the included accessories. The Honor View 10 comes with a TPU case, fast charger, USB Type-C cable and earphones. The OnePlus 5T also comes with a TPU case, fast charger, a USB Type-C cable but no earphones. So the winner here is the Honor View 10. In terms of the extra features, the Honor View 10 can take 2 SIMs or 1 SIM and a micro SD card. It also has an IR blaster, which I'd rather have than just having nothing on the top. The OnePlus 5T doesn't have either of those, but it does have an alert slider and you don't see that in many phones. So again, the Honor View 10 does better here. As for the build quality, both of the phones have aluminium constructed unibodies to give it that premium feel. Now having said that, it is slippery, so you may be better off using a case. The fingerprint reader placement differs between the two. The Honor View 10 manages to cram it in the front and OnePlus have chosen to have it in the back, and the user base from what I have read are 50-50 with this. Regardless of where they are, they unlock really fast. Moving on to the display, both of the phones have an 18:9 aspect ratio. The Honor View 10 has a 5.99 inch 1080p IPS LCD screen. The OnePlus 5T has a 6.1 inch optic AMOLED screen. Going back to the Honor View 10, there is one thing I wanted to point out, is that it has a small black border going around the screen. To be honest, you won't really notice it that much when you use the phone. It also has a pre-applied screen protector on. The OnePlus 5T does have different colors, but the front is black, so if there is a black border, we don't know about that. And it also has a pre-applied screen protector. The LCD screen on the Honor View 10 is colourful, vibrant, and the black levels are very good with great viewing angles. The OnePlus 5T obviously wins in black levels due to the nature of AMOLED screens, and it has better contrast. In everyday use, both of the panels offer an incredible viewing experience. The Honor View 10 comes with Huawei's latest Kirin 970 processor that boasts the NPU, short for Neural Processing Unit. It is designed specifically to be used as an AI accelerator. Honor CEO said it roughly uses half of the CPU while consuming 50% less power and performing around 25 times faster than a traditional CPU for tasks such as photo recognition. When you take a photo, the NPU attempts to detect what it is and adjust the image to give you the best output. For photography, it can identify 13 different types of objects or scenes and automatically adjust the camera settings to best suit whatever it identified. For the person who has never used manual mode on his or her phone, this could be a very useful feature. The OnePlus 5T comes with the Snapdragon 835, which in its own right is fantastic. Everything flies, no lag whatsoever. When it comes to storage, the Honor View 10 has 128GB of storage and the option of expanding with a microSD card, as I mentioned earlier. The OnePlus 5T has a base storage of 64GB, or if you pay a little more, 128GB, but there is no option for microSD card support, so it's a win for the Honor View 10. The Honor View 10 shipped with Android 8 Oreo, which also means it supports Project Treble. There is development being done right now on XDA forums for custom ROMs. The OnePlus 5T released with Android Nougat and not Oreo, which left some people disappointed. Now having said that, the Oreo update is already being rolled out. On a side note, OnePlus phones have great development support over at XDA forums. The software experience is where the phones really go apart. The Honor View 10 has a skin version of Android called EMUI. It is totally different to stock Android, but it is very customizable. You can see more of the software on my review. The The OnePlus 5T comes with Oxygen OS and it is practically stock Android with some tweaks added by OnePlus. It is also customizable and has gesture features including with the fingerprint reader. Again, you can see more of that on my review. When it comes to opening apps, both of the phones do very well. However, when it comes to RAM management, let's just say the Honor View 10 performs fantastically, and you can see that speed test on my channel. Moving on to the camera, the Honor View 10 has dual 16 and 20 megapixel setup, both with f1.8 apertures. However, there is no OIS nor EIS. The OnePlus 5T also has dual cameras, 16 megapixel and 20 megapixel, both with f1.7 apertures, and there is EIS. So here are a few camera samples. The Honor View 10 is slightly saturated, but that could be fixed with software updates. When it comes to bokeh photos, they both perform about the same. When it comes to low light photos, including indoors and outdoors, the Honor View 10 is clearly the better of the two. If you want to see a longer camera comparison, you can see that on my channel. This is the comparison of the audio quality. Both of these phones do not have stereo speakers. So I have a fan made clip of a Dragon Ball Z scene, which I will play now.
Power levels 8,000. How? Wait, it's over 9. Vegeta, what's wrong with you? Tell me what his power level is. It's over 9,000. 9,000. Power levels 8,000. How? Wait, it's over 9. Vegeta, what's wrong with you? Tell me what his power level is. It's over 9,000. 9,000.
I'm not sure if you were able to tell the audio quality, but I found the Honor View 10 sounded slightly better than the OnePlus 5T. Time for the gaming test, and we can see how the GPUs perform. I am using the Dolphin emulator, which can play GameCube and Wii games. So I'll just cut right into the gameplay. This is the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker for the GameCube. Now on the OnePlus 5T, it is running quite smoothly. I'm not noticing any lag. And I'm just gonna swim up to the shore, and so far so good. Moving on to the Honor View 10, it does seem slow to begin with. So I'm just gonna make my way down. And it does seem laggy compared to the OnePlus 5T. So I'm gonna swim up to the shore. And again, it looks slow, so I'll speed up the video slightly here. Okay, so I'll just bring up the OnePlus 5T so you can see the FPS. And I'll just focus in right now. And as you can see, it is floating around the mid 20s to the high 20s. Now on the Honor View 10, you can see it is actually floating around the 10 FPS mark. So it is much better on the OnePlus 5T. However, with games on the Play Store, both of the phones have no problem running them. And the last part of the test is the battery charge test. The Honor View 10 has a 3750 mAh battery and uses their supercharger. The OnePlus 5T has a smaller 3300 mAh battery and uses the dash charger. The OnePlus 5T finished charging at 1 hour and 25 minutes with the Honor View 10 11 minutes later. Do bear in mind the Honor View 10 has a bigger battery and was charging more milliamp hour than the OnePlus 5T. So that is the end of this direct comparison video. The Honor View 10 has really shined in this comparison, and in some categories it did better than the OnePlus 5T. So just to summarize everything, when it comes to the accessories, the Honor View 10 includes earphones. The Honor View 10 also has an IR blaster, which in my opinion is more useful than having the alert slider. As for the display, the OnePlus 5T has the slight edge because of the AMOLED panel, but there is nothing wrong with the LCD display on the Honor View 10. The fingerprint reader comes down to personal preference, whether you want it on the front or the back, but they both unlock really fast. The build quality is very solid on both of the phones. When it comes to the processor, Honor were first to show off AI technology which isn't on the Snapdragon 835, but it is being used with the Snapdragon 845 this year. For storage, the Honor View 10 easily wins here, as you can add a micro SD card. The Honor View 10 has 6 gigs of RAM, but it is no slouch when it comes to keeping apps in memory. With the OnePlus 5T, you have the option of going with 6 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM. With regards to the Android version, Honor were shipping their phones with Oreo, which OnePlus should have been really doing. As for the software, it's really 50-50. Some users prefer stock Android, whilst others do not. For the camera performance, the OnePlus 5T has the slight edge, as it does have EIS. I would like to see the Honor View 10 improve on this with software updates. I found the audio quality better on the Honor View 10 on media playback. In video recording, the Honor View 10 also has better audio quality, as the OnePlus 5T picks up too much background noise. In high demanding emulation gaming, the Adreno GPU has better performance than the Mali GPU. All the other games on the Play Store have no issues on either of the phones. With the battery capacity, the Honor View 10 is better because it has a bigger battery in that slim design, and it also charges really fast. As for the value, the Honor View 10 really stepped it up, and for that price you get a lot of phone for it. So there you have it, the first of these direct comparison videos. What were your thoughts on this? Do let me know in the comment section. If you have enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, then please consider subscribing and hit that bell notification to see more videos, including the Samsung Galaxy S9 videos. Like always, thanks for watching, and I will catch up with you in the next video.